Hello, I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Tallawah TV with Crystal Davis.
Golden Ricketts, how are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you?
I am well. You've made my night. Before we get started, please go ahead and big up the greatest parish in Jamaica.
You're putting me on the spot. So I'm gonna big up St. Thomas because I was born there, and I'm also gonna big up St. Andrew because I grew up there.
I love that. I'll take that. 14.94 games record. You weren't playing about tonight, were you?
No, I definitely knew that the girls were coming out here to fight, so I had to bring my A game and war them.
What got you going? Was it the cold or was it something else?
It's the cold. I like competing in the cold for some strange reason, but then after the first jump, I feel like it got even colder, and then the breeze started changing. So, yeah, I don't know.
What next? What's next for you in terms of achievement? Because this is your greatest career medal, isn't it?
Yes. Apart from the World Championships, yes, this is my first gold. So what's next? I have the Monaco Diamond League next week, and I'm also going to be participating at the Knockout Championships in Bahamas.
Amazing stuff. And how does it feel to inspire the little kids in St. Thomas? Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of them with their eyes gripped to the screen saying, I want to be like Golden Ricketts.
Yes, definitely. I hope to be an inspiration to them. I hope they see themselves in me. If them foot long, them can try the triple jump. You know, if them slim, them can try the triple jump or even high jump.
What if them have short foot?
If them have short foot, then can try to cause some foot short too.
Amazing. Best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
My Tallawahs, good evening, good afternoon, and possibly good morning. All depends on where you're based in the world. My time is saying 20 past 12 a.m. here in London. Am I sounding a little bit too loud? I feel like I am. Let's turn this down a bit. It's way too loud. Tell me how I'm sounding, guys. A little bit louder than usual. My apologies. Happy Sunday to you all. Let me know how your weekend has been. Let me know what's on the dinner menu as per usual. And get active, get friendly with that comment section. It's there for a reason. The headline reads for itself. Cameron and McCoy's unbeaten season continues. Now I'm talking about Tiffany Cameron playing for Eta FC in the Hungarian top division, and also Kayla McCoy playing in the Scottish Women's Premier League for Rangers. Two separate teams, two separate countries, one Reggae Girlz unit, and they're absolutely killing it all over the place. So we're going to do the usual, dive into the weekend of action review for the Reggae Girlz, and then I'm going to close off on the show. I'm going to bring you guys up to speed if in case you didn't manage to catch my two interviews there with Drew Spence and Rebecca Spencer from yesterday's North London derby. Unfortunately, both Drew and Rebecca were on the receiving end of a 4-0 defeat at Emirates Stadium against Arsenal. So what we're going to do, we're going to listen to both of those interviews, and then we're going to just get things started. Hopefully by then, with a slight little delay, the rest of the usual supporters might be notified. I'm aware that YouTube isn't notifying you guys of these live stream. Don't ask me why that's happening, because it's still a little bit baffling for me to even understand. But hopefully you guys won't miss this live stream. And if you do, then all I can do is apologize. All right, so sit tight, and we're going to hear from Drew Spence and Rebecca Spencer. My manners. I haven't seen you since the World Cup qualification, so congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We're buzzing to be back here, well, for the girls to be back in the World Cup, and for me to go to my first one. So yeah, no, it was a really big achievement for all of us.
Has it all sunk in yet?
Yeah, I think now it has. Now I think we're just prepping really to have as many camps as we can, make sure that obviously we just came back from Korea, playing against different opponents around the world, and just making sure that, you know, we're training all together and just working on stuff going into the World Cup next year.
As you said, it's your first ever World Cup qualification. How did the family react?
Yeah, no, the family was over the moon for me. Obviously, there was a big time difference when we was in Mexico, so they stayed up and they made sure that they chatted to me after, and yeah, they're so happy for me, and you know, there's a few tears and stuff. So no, I'm just happy to make them proud.
I'm glad you touched on the time difference. How much do you appreciate the love of support from the fans across the diaspora? Because so many of us are staying up until the crack of dawn just to see the rest of the girls compete.
Yeah, no, we appreciate all the support that we can get, and I know how difficult it is with the time difference, because my family have to do it when I play away and stuff like that. So yeah, we really appreciate it.
I want to backtrack. We're going to talk about today. I'm not going to dwell too much on the result, more about the occasion. Let's talk about last week. Not that goal. We're going to talk about your debut goal. What was that moment like for you?
Yeah, it was important for me to get my my tally off for Spurs in a positive manner, and I'm just happy that I've started off with a bang. And today is just one of those days when it's the little things really that count in these big games, and we have to really regroup and make sure that we tighten up on those aspects. There's a lot of new players in the team, and just making sure that we're all on the same page. But I'm sure we'll be back, and it's a great occasion for women's football. We know how big it was going to be after the Euros, with so much more support, and just to get that crowd today is just another step in the right direction.
Before we talk about the crowd support, it's going to take some games before yourself and Naz can get clicking, but what can the Spurs supporters expect from you in the middle of the park?
I think I've got a lot of experience. I know how to win and how to win trophies. I know what it's to be like in a winning mentality team, and just giving as much experience as I can really to the girls around me. And I've just got to make sure that I'm on top of my game, and I help the younger players around me, especially like players like Jess, and we've got a few youngsters in the back as well. So yeah, for me, I just got to make sure that I'm being a leader, and they can rely on me.
Absolutely. Now, the record-breaking attendance. You've got an illustrious career. So where does this iconic moment rank in your career?
Yeah, no, I think it's up there because you don't really get this attendance really in league games. I know sometimes it can be a cup final when there's a big crowd and stuff like that, but to get this in the league game just shows the progression that the sport's made. And I think everyone that's involved in women's football at the moment is just so proud of how far it's come, and it's just about now pushing on to make sure that we can get near enough these crowds regularly.
Before you go, next month, all-important World Cup draw. Who's your dream matchup?
A dream matchup? I mean, I think for me it's just a dream to be there. I know a lot of the girls from the last World Cup. I think the aim is to progress further than they did, and I think having the experience now that's come into the team, that's everyone's aim, to go as far in the competition as you can. We've played big teams already: America, Canada, played Korea the other day. I mean, to have a dream matchup, you could say maybe Morocco. So I play against one of my teammates, but then I guess there's a bit of banter with that, because we know that we can beat them, but they think they can beat us. So
oh, really?
Yeah. So I mean, it's just to play anyone, just to be in that occasion. I think for me personally, it's just going to be a dream come true.
What about England? Because that's what the fans want. The fans want the girls in the black, gold, and green, the Reggae Girlz up against the Lionesses.
Yeah, why not? I mean, they're European champions. It will be a great test, but it will be a great occasion for both teams, really. And I think you see even like how much Jamaican culture is such a big thing in today. You see the Arsenal match pre-match jersey is inspired by Jamaican culture. So yeah, I think that would be a really good to have them in your group would be amazing. So whoever really, I'm just so happy to be there.
Marvelous. Thank you, Big Drew.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
And after that,
obviously we're disappointed. We knew we wasn't good enough today. We've got a lot to work on, and it's just really frustrating for us as a team, because we know we're better than that.
is it a little bit odd coming back here? Because obviously we know that you are arguably an Arsenal product, even though you're playing for the opposite side of North London. You played in front of a record-breaking attendance. Did any of that play on your mind, or is it just business as usual?
No, obviously I left the club a long time ago. Obviously I was a product of Arsenal, but yeah, I left the club a long time ago, so I don't really think about that. It's just another game, and I'm very much a Tottenham player now, so this is more important to me, this North London derby.
It was 101 appearance there in top flight of women's football in the WSL. 101, a century of appearance. What was that moment like for you?
Obviously it was an honour for me to, I've been in the league for a long time, and I've been, in and about it. So obviously it was an honour, and I'm really happy that I made it at Spurs.
Before I forget my manners, congratulations on the World Cup qualification. Talk me through that moment for yourself and your family.
Yeah, it was a big moment. We went to that tournament knowing that we had to get results, and we did just that. And I was proud of all the girls, and yeah, proud of myself for being there and playing a big part in that.
And I spoke to Big Drew earlier on. She said that apparently Morocco fancy their chances against us. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's a little bit of banter we've got in the
it's true.
team. Yeah, they think they can have us, but yeah, it's a little bit of banter between us and another girl that plays for us who's unfortunately injured today. But yeah, we know they've got no chance against us when we come to the World Cup.
So maybe the JFF need to arrange a little friendly, perhaps, maybe the latter stages of this year, maybe next year, a little friendly before we go off to the World Cup.
Oh, against Morocco?
Yeah.
Of course. We'll take them on at any point. So yeah, we can look forward to a challenge against Morocco.
I like that. I think we can take them. What about the Lionesses? Because we have a large Jamaican diaspora community in England. I'm pretty sure that the Reggae Girlz fans and Lionesses would love to see us go head to head.
Yeah, I mean, it would be amazing. Obviously, the Lionesses done great in the Euros, and they came out deserved winners. So, to be fair, for us, any game's a game for us. And in the World Cup, it doesn't matter who we're drawn against. We'll still put the same passion and fight into it.
And come next summer, it would be winter for them in Australia or New Zealand. What will that moment be for you when you walk out with your teammates?
It'll be great. It'll be an honour. I know we just want to stay fit and fresh, for the season, and we've got this whole season to go first. So we'll concentrate on that, and then hopefully look forward to a World Cup in the summer.
Wonderful stuff. Becky with the safe hands. I will be seeing you at some point during the season at another game, okay? Have a lovely weekend.
See you later. Thank you.
So there you have it. If you're just tuning into the live stream, good day, happy Sunday. Let me know how your weekend has been. What's on the dinner menu, you guys? Mr. Matheson, Blair Video, and Mr. Sennett. Good day to you guys. Thank you for dropping your comments in the comment section. Actually, it's not. I'm throwing it back. Only reason why you guys saw me with braids back to back was because of the pandemic. Pandemic sent me into braids mode. But yeah, this is the usual for me. So newish for you guys if you're new to my channel or new to the YouTube channel, I should say. So yes, guys, there you would have just heard from Drew Spence and Rebecca Spencer, and basically they both reflected on the World Cup qualification for Drew and Rebecca Spencer qualifying for the World Cup with the Reggae Girlz. Few debuts awaits, and also Drew Spence's debut goal last weekend for Tottenham, and that came against the Foxes. Tottenham beating the Foxes 2-1 on the opening day of their season. And we also we also spoke about, obviously, the North London derby as well. And just going to brush this one to the side. That was a 4-0 defeat for Drew Spence, Rebecca Spencer, and Tottenham, and they lost against Arsenal at the Emirates. But it was a spectacular occasion, and we're going to dive into that. Definitely going to be okay. So we're in the same boat. That's what I had as well. I had Barbie fried chicken with rice and peas. So yeah, we're on the same level for once. I'm glad you touched on it because it almost slipped my mind. What do you guys make of that? Apparently, Morocco think they can have us, guys, and that's the Moroccan women's team. I reckon they could beat us. What do you guys think in the comment section? Let me know. Blair Video said that we would nyam Morocco supper. I'm not going to disagree with that. I don't think they stand a chance against us, but let me know what you guys think about Morocco. Do they stand a chance? Is it a fair matchup? Would it be a good matchup? I think it would. I did say some live streams ago, some months back, I think it was during the summer when the girls were playing in the latter stages of the women's CONCACAF championship, that I want to see us face off against African nations more often, because why not? Could be an exciting affair. I think it would make for a fantastic matchup. It's also good to look to home as well for what Africa represents. That doesn't mean that I'm saying no to squaring off against countries in Europe or South America, North America, whatever it may be. But I think that we need to be building, or I should say the Jamaica Football Federation should look to build some sort of a relationship with those African nations. Already played Nigeria well over a year ago, and we beat them 1-0. And you guys should know by now that that was a friendly. We also seen ourselves play against South Africa. That was a while ago. And let me just reiterate that I'm massively in favor of us facing off against African nations. So it's quite interesting hearing Drew and also Spencer talk about Morocco and referring to their Moroccan teammate, basically saying that they want to square off against us. And I like it. I like when these kind of conversations come about, quite similar to what we saw against the Haitian 12th man. They were quite adamant that they could beat us and pipe us to a World Cup qualification. But we handled business on the occasion. And I think it'll be the same for Morocco. So I need you guys, if you're following me on Instagram, I posted the snippets from what Rebecca Spencer said. So I need you to go onto my Instagram, and it is the latest video that was posted about 5 hours ago. And I need you to go ahead and tag JFF in that so that they don't say that they haven't seen what the fans want and what the players want. And that's what we want for a international friendly before we go off to the World Cup. Two international windows coming up towards the latter stages of this year, starting off in October and also finishing off in November. So, two games available in those two international windows there, guys. And hopefully, the JFF are working morning, noon, and night to get us 4 friendlies in total. Not in favor of the friendly and the practice match because no, just do the job properly. I felt robbed last time round when we played against South Korea because it was dubbed an international friendly followed by a practice match. Both of them coming like a practice match to me, anyways, because we couldn't watch either of them. If you're in Jamaica, if you're on home soil, then you had access to the international friendly against South Africa, but that was on replay. So neither one of us here in the diaspora, and from what I understand, in Jamaica, had the privilege of watching the South Korea match live and direct. So the two of them coming like them play behind closed doors, anyways. So yeah, next time round, October and November, I definitely want to see 4 friendlies in total. And there should be no excuses. There should be no excuses with regards to finances, because that's when steam is going to start to come out of my ears. You guys haven't seen nothing yet. So I'm just hoping and praying that the guys behind the scenes at the Jamaica Football Federation, like I said, is working morning, noon, and night and give us those all important friendlies there with the World Cup on the horizon. All the other countries are there sharpening their knives, and we need to be doing the same as well. We don't want to put ourselves in a position where we're just being a little bit stagnant. We saw what happened at the last World Cup, didn't we? The lack of friendlies proved to be pivotal. Almost. If it wasn't for talent, we could have got our wings clipped if we didn't have a talented squad for the starting 11, also in squad depth for the qualification of the CONCACAF Championship this year. So it is so important for us to get those training matches in the pipeline, sharpen our tools and go again. So yes, I'm expecting at least 4 friendlies there against 4 different countries. So stop being cheap and giving us one friendly and then giving us a practice match. Like, do the thing proper. And I don't have nothing against South Korea. Big up South Korea. Apparently you guys took care of our gaffer Lon Donaldson and also took care of the girls as well. So massive big up to South Korea. Felt like I said South Africa just then. If I did, then my apologies. Big up South Korea. So yes, guys, yeah, I don't want to see no more international friendly and a practice match. Just do the thing proper, you know. Give them 2 separate countries, whether that's in the same region or close by to each other. I'll leave you guys to decide that. But yeah, the girls them would fancy playing against Morocco. In case you guys missed that one, a teammate of Drew Spence and Rebecca Spencer from Tottenham Hotspurs playing in the WSL, top flight of women's football here in England. Apparently, they fancy their chances against us, guys. So if you're just tuning in, let me know what you make of Morocco. They're piping up a bit, and I love it. I love when they pipe up because it just means when we thump them up, I have no sympathy. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section, all right? And we're gonna get on with the rest of the show, and you know how it goes. We're gonna look across a number of leagues. I'm also going to be with you guys during the week as well. So what doesn't get said on this show I'm going to hold that back for the next show that I have planned for you guys. All right. Happy Sunday again. Good morning to those of you who are in the UK, a bit like myself. The dreaded Monday morning is here. Good luck with the new week. Hope you smash your targets. Tell Morocco we only play Oh, ouch! Where the Moroccans at? Someone go and send this. Clip this and send it to Drew and Rebecca and tell her to show this to her teammates. Yeah, we only play teams in the top what? Yeah, go ahead and tell them that. Morocco rank 76. So you guys went and did your homework, I see. You guys weren't playing, were you? You guys off the jump. Seemed like that one must have triggered you guys. You weren't having it. You guys went and looked at the ranking immediately. All right. So seems like you guys aren't. I'm in favor of it, by the way. I don't know if you guys are in favor of us squaring off against Morocco, but I'm in favor of it. I wouldn't mind seeing it happen. So if it's possible, a bit like what we've seen with trying to get something up on screen, so that's why my eyes is all over the place. It was possible for us to square off against the likes of South Africa and Nigeria. And by the way, I enjoyed those two matches thoroughly. So I don't see why we wouldn't enjoy the Morocco game. What is going on here? This is proving to be stubborn. Google is being a little bit stubborn. Okay, all right. I'm gonna have to do this a different way. I can't see you guys in the comment section for the time being, but I'm gonna sort this out. Actually, I can't sort it out. What the hell is going on? Okay. It's weird. Okay. All right, so there we are. No, that makes sense. Bear with me, guys. I'm just trying to get something up for you guys since we're talking about Morocco. Well, finally, there we go. I was wondering what is going on. It was giving me a bit of a trouble, but all is well. All right, so guess we could take a look at where Morocco are at. And in case you guys are wondering, good day, my bro. How you? Happy Sunday. Almost forgot my manners. Hot chili pepper. How you? What's the thing with Man City losing on a Sunday? Is that what it is? I thought it was to do with something else, but let me not state the obvious. Good day. How you? There we go. I'm gonna leave that comment there because Fresh always says the right words, always says the right tunes. And I'm gonna be back with you guys in the comment section. Toffee, how you? How you feeling? I see what Toffee has to say quickly actually. I'm still curious if the Federation is making use of FIFA dates because exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't want the Jamaica Football Federation to have steam coming through my ears because that's not going to end well, is it? I've not heard a single thing about the game, about any game, I should say. There should be 2 games coming up for October and 2 games coming up for November as well. And so far, you can hear a pin drop. I wonder why it is. And finance can't be an issue. So if anyone tells you that finance is an issue, they're telling you a barefaced lie. Finance can't be an issue at this stage, not after what we've seen unfold before our eyes, without me stating the obvious over the last couple of weeks. So when we're talking about women's football, finance absolutely at this stage cannot be the issue. It can only be the issue if someone chooses to make it the issue, not because they have no choice or not because there's no money there to make things happen. Kind of feels like I'm gonna hold on to my opinions until further notice. So yes, if it's the usual case where someone stepped forwards or there's little whispers going around telling you guys that it's a financial issue, it's not. Let's not kid ourselves. Let's read the room and look at what's taking place elsewhere. I've not heard anything. Fancy their chances. Haiti would have done that. As I'm saying, the Haitians said they fancy their chances against us, and look what happened to them. It's a friendly. We need friendlies. 100% need friendlies. And I think, I've said it so many times that I'm definitely in favor of us building a relationship with the African nations. Good day, Miss Brown. How are you? How's things in your neck of the woods? Right. So let's go ahead and take a quick little glance at um what was I gonna say? The women's world ranking. All right, let's take a quick little glance. And I'm only looking at this because you guys should know by now that Morocco fancy their chances against us, guys. Lovely bit of comedy in the Sunday evening for you all. And as you can see, sitting at the top of the women's world ranking here from this one is been was updated on the 5th of August this year, occupying the top six position is the USA, Germany, Sweden, England, France, and the Netherlands. And if we scroll down to what matters to us in terms of where the Reggae Girls are based, you can see the arrow there pointing up. So they've moved up or are moving up in the world ranking. We're sat at number 42. So that is the end of the first page. If we go over to the second page, you should be able to see Morocco here somewhere. Where are they? They should be around here. There they are. They're ranked 76. So even our close friends in Trinidad and Tobago are ranked higher than the Moroccans, who apparently can beat us. So that is where Morocco are ranked, and I would love to face them, not because I want to use anyone as a punching bag, but just because I want more fixtures against African countries. Algeria is there as well, Zambia. It's about time. It's actually quite shameful that we haven't we're not building on a relationship with these African nations. Senegal is there as well in the above the 100 ranking there. And we already know, like I said before, that we've played against the likes of Nigeria and South Africa. Ivory Coast is there as well. So yeah, I want to see us play more games against these African nations. Hopefully, Mr. Ricketts. Someone just said they send an email to Mr. Ricketts and ask him to make it happen. Build a relationship with the African nations, and let's start something off with, who knows, maybe Morocco. If this stage of the year is a little bit too late, why not early next year? Why not square off against the Moroccans early next year? I don't see why not. If the opportunity is there, then why not take it? And by the sounds of it, both sets of fans will be up for it. Thank you to those of you who have hit the like button. Right, so we're going to be starting things off. USA have got big day. Yeah, I know. Exactly. We're just here scratching our heads as per usual, right? The big one there coming up, like you said, England and the United States. Yeah, it's almost as if we could probably sense that more of the same is on the way, but hopefully not. I'm trying to be optimistic, but I feel like I'm heading towards being cautiously optimistic. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Hopefully, we're all wrong. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on my shared screen once more. And we're going to dive into the WSL. All right. So, let's see. Keep telling you guys that sometimes these tabs get so confusing because I got a number of tabs open. Can't even count how many tabs I have open right now, but it's all relevant to tonight's show so that you guys can have some visuals to look at aside from myself. All right, so here's the one that this is going to sound like yesterday's paper because I've been so repetitive. And if you've kept your eyes on my YouTube channel and also on the Instagram, you would have seen this little bit of news. Lovely and even historic. Let me give it the respect that it deserves. Historic news there, coming from the Women's North London Derby, which took place yesterday on Saturday. And this one reads for itself. The record for the record for the highest ever attendance for a women's Super League match has been broken. 47,367 fans watch Arsenal's 4-0 win over Tottenham at the Emirates Stadium. And again, that one was from yesterday. It was a spectacular occasion there, a WSL record. And it was great to be there in person. Absolutely amazing to be there in person. And more tickets were actually sold. And looking around the stadium, it looked like the attendance matched the number of tickets that were sold. So for those of you who are wondering there, the tickets that were sold for that one was 53,737. So although the number of spectators inside the Emirates is 47,367, the actual ticket sales is a record also with 53,737 tickets sold for that game. So Blake the Great has entered the chat. Good day, Blakey. How are you? Dear Morocco, we would have loved to have a match with you, however, due to computer. This is what I'm saying. The fans are really up for this one. I can only hope and pray that the Jamaica Football Federation catches on to what we're saying. Like I said, guys, go ahead and tag JFF in the, if you're on Instagram, that is, in the last video that was posted from my Instagram page. Tag them, tell them that we want a game against the Moroccans, and let's see if they listen to us. Maybe they do. We all want a clean slate, so what a way to start off, right? So yeah, go ahead and tag them, guys. And if you support Manchester City, now is the perfect time for you to probably mute me. Don't change. Don't close off on the live stream. Go ahead and mute me. Gonna talk about Bunny Shaw and Manchester City. I'm gonna get straight to it, guys. No beating around with this one. That they are a miserable start to the season continues. We already know, without sounding like a broken record, that they fell at the first hurdle there for the qualifications for this year's Women's Champions League. And it was Real Madrid who sent them packing for the second year in a row as it relates to qualification for said tournament. So we're going to be clicking on to Manchester City, and this is how this one reads, guys. So click on a picture here that should have Bunny. Bunny's got the bun. Bunny's got the bun. She's there. She has beautiful hair, by the way. Not that I'm surprised by that, but yes, there she is. She's to my right. You should be able to identify Bunny. Bunny's not hard to miss, is she? But in the huddle, she is there in the huddle for you guys to identify. So what happened with this one, as I've said, guys, Bunny Shaw and Manchester City's tough start to the season continues with a 2-0 defeat against Chelsea. And it is quite miserable for them at the moment, isn't it? I was hoping that this would be the weekend that they would bounce back, but unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Maybe next weekend will prove to be a much more happier one for them. They started off their league campaign against Aston Villa. Khadija Bunishaw scored in the 53rd minute last weekend, and Man City lost 4-3 on the opening day. So this is match day 2, and that's another loss. This time they lost 2-0 against London side Chelsea. Chelsea are the current champions of the WSL, the top flight of women's football in England, and they needed to bounce back, didn't they? Chelsea, of all teams, needed to bounce back after what happened last weekend. They lost to newly promoted Liverpool. They lost 2-1 on the opening day of the season. So given their strength, given their coach as well, their gaffer, they were probably odds on to make amends of their mucky start to the season. And it's unfortunate that it's Bunny Shaw and Manchester City who pretty much took a beating today. And let's go and see something that maybe you guys have seen this one, but let's see if we can get this one up for you guys. Bear with me. I know Bunny posted some hours ago, and she said from her Instagram, disappointing start, we'll stick together and fight until the end to turn it around. And that's the mindset that she's had, and that's the mindset that she'll always have. The only positive that I can think of this is if they continue to fail and the gaffer don't get sacked, then maybe we could persuade Bunny to come to Arsenal. That's what I want. Um, so I want them to have a season where they can turn things around, but surely they can't afford to lose three more times because we saw what happened with Manchester City last season in the league. Rocky start, and then we saw where they ended up. So hopefully there's no more losses there in there for them this season. But it just might happen because they just don't seem to be clicking. Like I said, they're losing their je ne sais quoi. They don't really have it at the moment, and we saw that from last season. So I'm hoping. Yes, they did pick up the Continental Cup, and that was great. For Bunny, first trophy in the bag with her club. But yeah, this season they need to get going, and they need to be finishing higher in the league as well. So, to you Manchester City fans, Hot Chili, sorry there to go over what you already know. Hot Chili says not great times. Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. It does feel like it's a bit like last season again, repeating itself. Like I said, if the gaffer managed to survive this one in terms of survive not being sacked, then I want to know who he's praying to because that is a heavy prayer, and that prayer is working like gold dust for him right now. So I want to know who he's praying to. I mean, Blakey, really, we can't really. I mean, Chelsea, you can't really be using that against Manchester City, if you don't mind me saying so. But the headline reads for itself: Cameron and McCoy's unbeaten season continues. So that is Tiffany Cameron and Kayla McCoy's unbeaten league season for their respective leagues and clubs. So that's Eto FC for Tiffany Cameron and Rangers for Kayla McCoy. Tiffany playing in Hungary and McCoy playing in Scotland. Their league season unbeaten start to the league campaign continues. We're going to dive into that later on. But for the time being, we're going to keep things going in England. More good news coming your way as it relates to the Reggae Girlz. Right. So good day to those of you who are tuning in, or maybe it's a good morning. All depends on where you're based in the world. So bit of lovely news. We're gonna keep the good news going. Because there is still hope there for Manchester City and Bunny. It's only 2 games in. Like I said, can't afford to lose 5 times in the league if you really want to just nail yourself down in those all important Champions League position. The league is becoming more and more expensive. Expensive? Yeah, it should be expensive. Competitive is the word I was looking for. But yeah, you got Liverpool back in the league, back in top flight football on the high momentum of their stellar season in the championship last season. Pretty sure they'll be chasing Champions League football. You got Arsenal and you've got Chelsea, who are obviously chasing Champions League football as well. So Bunny and Manchester City, they've got work to do, and hopefully they can turn things around. So the next team that we're going to be looking at here is, we're keeping it in London for a second, guys. We're going to be looking at London City Lionesses, and you should know by now that that is the club belonging to Atlanta Premise. Good day at the office for Atlanta and London City Lionesses, and I'm about to show you the reason why. If I could get up another shared screen for you guys. I'm going to try something different on my next shared screen so I don't have to keep on closing tabs and reopening. All right, let's see if it actually works. In the meantime, you can go ahead and give this one a read. If you don't want to give it a read, then I will go ahead and read it for you. But before we get into that, this weekend's match, and this is the London City Lionesses, for those of you who are unaware, they're playing the championship in English women's football. So that's the league, the tier just below the top flight of women's football, so just below the WSL. So Atlanta Premise registered an assist as London City Lionesses defeated Durham 3-0 in the championship. And the best news from this one is you can see there a stellar performance from Primus. She was awarded the STL player of the match. So that's the good news there for you guys. We're going to be looking at where they sit in the league, but I also have, sorry, I also have a few more Reggae Girls there to look at. So we're going to keep things as it is with, um, we're going to keep things as it is with Atlanta Primus on one of the next, where is it? There it is. All right. So I can't do what I wanted to do because there's some videos there being shown on my next tab, and I'm trying to avoid a copyright, so I'm gonna have to yeah, player of the match. I'm delighted for her. We're going to be looking at where London City Lionesses currently sit in the league. But whilst we're in the championship, let's go ahead and look at a couple more other players as well. So we're gonna just remove Atlanta Primus, big Primus from the screen temporarily, and close off on this live stream. And we're going to be looking at Crystal Palace and also Paige Bailey Gale. Did give you guys that welcome bit of news there that Paige Bailey Gale was earmarked to be in the Crystal Palace squad. First time this season after successfully recovering from a hamstring injury. And you should know by now that Paige Bailey Gale made a summer transfer to Crystal Palace, bringing an end to her career with the Foxes, and that is Leicester City. I should also know that she won promotion with Leicester City to top flight football in the WSL, but unfortunately that one was short-lived. I'm hoping that she has a better career with Crystal Palace than she did with Leicester City. So she did win the 2020-2021 FA Women's Championship, which is now the Barclays Women's Championship for sponsorship reason. So this one should be a clear read, and I hope you guys can read it. And what it says, if I need to click on it myself so I can read it, what it says is in this together. So let's click on that. It should be a little bit bigger for you guys. And you can see Paige Bailey Gale there. You should be able to identify your play. If you can't identify, I don't know what to tell you. Paige Bailey Gale made the Crystal Palace squad for the first time this season after bouncing back from injury. And more good news. Here's a good news for you if you support Crystal Palace and Paige Bailey Gale. What that means is also they're in a huddle, they're smiling, and that's because the Eagles have bounced back to winning ways after beating Blackburn 3-1. Right, so that is your good news there for Paige Bailey Gale. I was hoping she'd be subbed on, but didn't see a substitution there for Paige. So the wait continues. The full debut there continues, Miss Brown. But who knows? Maybe next week we might see something different. Should see something different. To be fair, their attack was in a flary mood today, and they bounced back, which is the most important thing. And more important than that, if you are a Reggae Girlz fan, is to see Paige Bailey Gale sat on the bench in the squad sheet after successfully recovering from injury. So we're going to keep things as it is in the championship, and we're going to be taking a nice little trip to Bristol, guys. We're going to be taking a nice little trip to Bristol City, and you should already know who plays for Bristol City. If you don't, clearly I've not been shouting about it loud enough, so I might have to change the way I do things. You should be able to see this one on your screen. Let me check. Yes, you can, and you can see there that it's all smiles, and you're only going to smile if there's some good news to smile about. And yes, there is good news if you support Shania Hales and Bristol City. They were held to a 1-1 draw against Southampton in front of a in front of 3,637 supporters. So better than a loss. If you can't win the game, go ahead and draw it. And as I said, they were held to a 1-1 draw. And this is inside the Women's Championship in England. Sorry there, guys. And sorry about that. The weather is changing, so now there's gonna be sneezes flying in left, right, and center. Only thing I can do is apologize. I can't do nothing more than that. So sorry in advance. Right, so that's how things is looking for Shania Hales. Next up in the championship, we're also going to be looking at if I can find my link, we're going to be going to Birmingham quickly to have a little look at how Birmingham City performed. Right, so let's go to Birmingham and see what's what. Should definitely know who plays for Birmingham City by now because we have spoken about her. And if you don't know, then cast your eyes on the screen. Lovely header, if you don't mind me saying so. Definitely lovely header here. And if we scroll down, I'm hoping they don't have no videos showing because if they do, then I'm gonna have to scroll slowly and hope that there is no videos there. Trying to avoid a copyright. If not, then we might just have to just focus. Oh, there is a video, so we're gonna stop scrolling. We're gonna keep it here at the top, and you guys are just going to have to trust my word on this. Siobhan Wilson and Birmingham City produced a 3-2 win over Coventry United. So that is how things are looking there in the Women's Championship. And let's see if we can get up that table for you guys. I did say I'll also get up the table for the WSL as well. But let's go ahead and look at where the Reggae Girlz are situated in the WSL. All right, so I'm gonna take off this one for you guys and bring you a different tab. Mr. Gregory Reed, how you, sir? How you doing? I'm well. Was a little bit tired earlier on, but now I'm feeling much better, which is the wrong time to be feeling better at this hour of the night. Basically mean I won't be sleeping. You guys can see there that is Shania Hales and Bristol City sitting top of the table there. And it's a comfortable read, 0 loss. Only other team with a 0 loss at the moment is Lewis, sitting top of the table with 10 points in their back pocket. And you could also look at Crystal Palace, and that is the home belonging to Paige Bailey-Gale. There you can see they have 9 points in their back pocket. Only 1 loss in 4 so far this season. London City Lionesses, that is the team belonging to Atlanta Primus, with her stellar performance there today to be awarded with a player of the match, and that is the SETL Player of the Match award. Also an assist to go in her back pocket. She sat in 5th place with London City Lionesses for the time being. And just below Atlanta is Siobhan Wilson with Birmingham City. They're both sat on 7 points apiece, and they are sat in 6. So in 6 we have, for the time being, that is, guys, it's only 4 matches played in the championship, English Women's Championship. For those of you who are wondering, we have Siobhan Wilson in 6th with Birmingham City, and we have Atlanta Primus in 5th with London City Lionesses. Crystal Palace with Paige Bailey-Gale sits in 3rd, and occupying the top spot is Shania Hales with with Bristol City, and hopefully it stays that way with regards to which one of the Reggae Girlz will be on top. I'm just praying that it's a team belonging to a Reggae Girl that finishes the top of the table, quite similar to what we saw last season with Jade Bailey She belonged to Liverpool last season, and she no longer plays for Liverpool. But they handled their business. I was hoping that she would come through the summer with Liverpool and come to the top flight of women's football in England, but obviously it wasn't meant to be. So what we're going to do now, it's almost been 1 hour, so I'm going to speed things up now for you guys. And what we're going to do is we're going to be looking at football. I'm going to continue to look at football elsewhere, and this time we're taking a quick little trip to Scotland. And since I'm going to Scotland, you should know who we're going to be looking at. We're going to be looking at Vian Sampson, and we're also going to be looking at Kayla McCoy as well, right? I'm hoping earlier on when I was checking the league on Google, it wasn't even giving me a result. And I hate when Google does that, just late on everything sometimes when it comes to women's football. So forget Google for a second. This is what we should be concerned about. You should be able to see this one on your screen. Yes, you can. And this is what you guys should be looking at. Before we look at that goal, let's go down and look at the substitution. So Kayla McCoy was substituted, as you can see there on your screen, inside the 74th minute, right? You can see McCoy. Click on that so you can see it clearly. There you go. And if we scroll up, remember, guys, she was substituted in the 74th minute, and she scored inside the 90. And what that means is super sub Kayla McCoy netted in the final seconds of the match as Rangers maintained their unbeaten start to the Scottish Women's Premier League. And that just means that Rangers and Kayla McCoy closed off their weekend with a dominant 4-0 win over Motherwell, right? And we're also going to be looking at Hearts. So let's take that off the screen quickly, and let's go and see if we can look at Hearts and Vian Sampson. About to close off on the show maybe in the next 20 minutes or so, guys. So if you want to call in before then, you're more than welcome to. And this one is a straightforward reading, isn't it? Unfortunately, Hearts fell to a 2-0 defeat against Glasgow City. And again, guys, this is all in the Scottish Women's Premier League. So what we're going to do is we're going to be looking at how things look in the Scottish Women's Premier League. I'm aware that I've not done this for the WSL, so don't worry. Before I close off, I'm going to do it. So let's just close off on this quickly, and then we can should be able to see this one on your screen, guys. And basically this is how it's looking. Kayla McCoy, as I said, and Rangers unbeaten start to the season continues. 6 matches played, 6 wins, maximum points in their back pocket. And they have a goal difference. That's outrageous. They have a goal difference of 39, right? So if we keep an eye on Rangers and also keep an eye on Hearts. Hearts is the club belonging to Vian Sampson, and they are currently sat in 4th place. 3 matches, a bit straight down the middle for them, isn't it? 3 matches, 3 wins, 3 losses. Hopefully they can focus more on wins and a possible couple draws here and there and cut out the losses. So if I look at my note is telling me to take a quick little trip over to Hungary. So I'm going to close off on a couple of these tabs because they are a little bit too heavy for me. I'm going to end up losing focus. So let's close off on all the tabs that are no longer relevant to us before I give you guys the remainder of the show. And then that will be that. So what I'm going to do is now we're going to go over to Hungary, and that is the country where Tiffany Cameron and Marla Sweatman play their football. So First up, we're going to look at Tiffany. We're going to look at Marla Sweatman's team, and it's an unfortunate reading for them with today's result, losing 3-0. Gonna take a quick little look at the table. Victoria currently sit in ninth place, 6 matches played. Having a bit of a tough start to their season, 4 losses, 1 win. Sat in second place is Tiffany Cameron and Eto FC. And you should know the results for this one already because I did read it to you guys. Not read it to you, share the info with you guys on my Instagram and also on my Twitter. And as you can see, the Unbeaten start to their league campaign continues, 6 matches played, 6 wins in their back pocket, maximum points on the board. I'm a little bit annoyed with Tiffany's former team there. They're sat at the top of the table and they're taking liberties. They have a goal difference of 59. Tiffany's team have a goal difference of 30. And good news there for Tiffany and Eto FC. They extended their unbeaten start to their league campaign to 6 games this weekend. And next up is a big one because she'll be playing against her former team next weekend. So keep an eye out for this one. Top of the table clash, heavyweight, the top 2 sides in Hungarian women's football going head to head. Hopefully, I'll say Tiffany and Cameron, Tiffany and Eto FC come out on top. All right, I'm about to put a damper on the mood, but I kind of just have to cover what needs to be said. So I do apologize in advance. Most certainly, if you support Asher the Smasher and football there in Sweden. So we're going to just touch on this. It sounds a little bit repetitive. This not even a little bit heavily repetitive this season with Chinalu's club. It's been a tough season, and the tough season continues, guys. This one is a straightforward reading, losing 2-1 at home against their opponents, and they are kissing the bottom of the table, sat in 14th position in the top flight of women's football in Sweden. I'm hoping that by the time this season comes to an end, that Chinalu Asher will have a new club in mind. Let me know where you guys would like to see Chinalu Asher play. Would love to see her exit that league and also that country as well. So let's keep an eye on Chinalu Asher and see how that one pans out. And you guys should have known already over the last couple of days that Levante playing in Spanish football, their top flight of Spanish women's football, that they announced the recent signing of Trudy Carter. So we're going to be looking at Trudy and Levante as well. And this is how things panned out for Trudy. Good news is that I could get that result up is that she made her debut for her new club. I know that's what you guys are all concerned about. There she is, donning the number 18. And if I could just show you guys, that is, no, that's what you guys all want to see. Let's see if I can get it up for you guys. Bear with me. There she is inside the 60th minute there. Trudy Carter coming in inside the 60th minute. Not the result she would have wanted on her debut. That's a 3-1 defeat. And if we look at their league table, I mean, they were up against, it's on the match day 2 for those of you who are wondering there. And they were up against a team currently sitting in second place. So that's not to be confused with Real Madrid. That's Madrid CFF. That's a team that Trudy and Levante played today. Real Madrid are sat in 6th, and leading the charge at the top of the table is Barcelona. Levante, which is the new club belonging to Trudy Carter, currently sits in 9th place after match day 2. So, guys, that is that. Like I said did it in under an hour. Okay. Like I said, I will be back during the week to give you guys a couple more updates there relating to our Reggae Girlz. But the bulk of what needed to be said this weekend has been covered by myself. Let me know if you guys have anything else to add to what's been discussed Probably got another, give you guys maybe a few more minutes before I sign off. I don't really want to keep you guys here for much longer and drag this one out. So let me know if you guys have anything else extra to say before I sign off. And before I forget, luck with the dreaded Monday morning that awaits. My Monday morning is already here. And I'm feeling wide awake, annoyingly, because before I did this live stream, sleep was beating me bad. And now I'm feeling wide awake. Not what I wanted. But yeah, guys, let's see. Almost 20 past 1 here in London for me, so I'm gonna need to go and do some updates on the social. For those of you who missed the live stream, at least you can read about a few of the player updates. The headline reads for itself: Cameron and McCoy's unbeaten season continues, and that is for their respective clubs playing in their respective leagues. The return of Paige Bailey girls finally happened for Crystal Palace. We have Atlanta Promise, who received a Player of the Match award. For London City Lionesses, we have Shania Hales, who is sat at the top of the championship with Bristol City. So a couple of good news here and there, and I almost forgot, but thankfully I didn't. Let's take a look at the WSL championship. Sorry, not championship, Women's Super League, I should say. Take a quick little glance at how things is looking in terms of the league positioning before I bring things to an end. Right, so let's go. So as you can see there, Arsenal are sat at the top of the league. Goal difference of 8, maximum points of the match day 2. Closest club to them as things stand is Manchester United. And reading along as it relates to the club that is relevant to us is Tottenham and Manchester City for our Reggae Girlz. That is, Tottenham sat just above Manchester City in 9th place. Khadija, Shaw, and Manchester City have a rocky start to their season. Hopefully, they can rectify things in their next game and pull themselves up into the rightful positions where they should be sat. Also for Tottenham as well. So our Reggae Girlz are currently sat in 9th and 10th place, but it is only match day 2 in top flight of women's football in England. So don't sweat it. They will turn things around. All right. It's good that Trudy got to play 100%. I'm so sorry to reiterate myself, Rochelle. I know. Hey, there's room at Arsenal. That's all I'm saying. There is room at Arsenal. So if you want to come over to Arsenal, you are more than welcome to do that. I'm not even gonna try and act like there ain't room, because there's plenty of room at Arsenal for you. So if you want to come over, Miss Panton, she's been asking for that jersey. Where is it? That jersey, you guys should be able to see it. The Arsenal Jamaica inspired jersey. She's been asking for that one for a while. See if I can take this off screen. There you go. You guys should be able to see it clearly. Yeah, if anybody wants it, all you gotta be an Arsenal fan to get it. So sorry to put a damper on your mood, but yeah, you gotta be supporting Arsenal to get that one off me. So that is how things stand. So you guys in the comment section, thank you for tuning in. And yes, I did warn you guys, if you're just tuning in, I have said that my live streams, I can no longer be giving you the live streams unless I have no choice. I can't be giving you guys the live stream at 1 a.m. my time here in the UK because of commitments elsewhere. Yes, at the moment, I think I'm 6 hours ahead of you guys in Jamaica, right? It should, when the time changes, when we're going to the winter times and so on, should go back down to 5 hour, should be going back down to 5 hour ahead of you guys when the clocks change. I don't even know when the clocks change. When does the clock change? Let's see, when does the clock change? Oh, okay, so the clock is changing on the 30th of October. Okay. So when the 30th of October comes, that's when we'll go into our 5-hour time difference. And yes, also to close off, let me know what you guys think of Morocco. Morocco women fancy their chances against the Reggae Girlz in a game, be it competitively or friendly. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Also, bring the conversation over to Instagram as well, because I did do a video on speaking to both Drew Spence and Rebecca Spencer, and they basically echoed what each other said, that yeah, Morocco wants the game against us, so tag the Jamaica Football Federation and tell them to get cooking, get their hands dirty, talk to who they need to talk to. Sorry guys, and put that game in the pipeline. I want to see it. The Moroccan players want to see it. The Reggae Girlz want to see it as well. And I'm pretty sure the 12 men of Jamaica want to see it also. So go ahead and tell them to make that game happen for us. All right. Thank you to those of you who have hit the like button. The 1 hour has come upon us quicker than I expected, guys. And I'm about to close off and get those social media posts going, right? So thank you to those of you who have tuned into tonight's live stream. Thank you to you guys there in the comments section, the ultimate 12 man. I appreciate you guys each and every time. If you're new to the channel, please do go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and also go ahead and hit the like button as well. If you wanted to say something on the show and I wasn't or you caught me after I've closed the show, I should say, so I'm no longer live, feel free to send me a message on WhatsApp, and we can probably continue a conversation if time permits, if I'm still up, that is. If not, I'll pick it up in the morning. So do go ahead and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. If you're out and about, I hope that you make it home safe and sound, and you know how it goes. Until next time, take care.
I'm John Barnes, and you're watching Tallawah TV with Crystal Davis.